Most of you have probably been introduced to the basics of an online classroom before. So we'll start with only a review of the basic benefits and obstacles. But additional lessons and ongoing podcasts are available to help you dig deeper and improve your technology skills. According to the newest reports by the U.S. Department of Education, technology supports learning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It builds 21st century skills, increases student engagement and motivation, and accelerates learning. That's why we do it. Working online will not only prepare you for the future, it will help you learn more now. There are many of you that will find that you are more comfortable sharing ideas in a discussion online than in a classroom setting. You will have easier access to your information, your textbook readings, and help when you're stuck. In addition, with the cloud, you will never leave your homework at school, lose it, or wonder if your teacher did. So, with all of the benefits, what kind of obstacles will we run into? First, we do not all have access to the same things. Some of us don't have Wi Fi at home. Some of us only have phone service when they're connected to Wi Fi at school. And some of us don't have personal access to tech besides our phones. So, access will be an issue. Second, each of our skill levels and tech comfort zones are different. Some of us might be coding, and some of us might only know how to use social media apps. I will require the use of certain things in our class and will offer instruction for all of them. But I will offer you video lessons and podcasts to help you do more than the basics also. Finally, the easy reach to each other and information will lead some of you to try helping your neighbor when you should be allowing them to grow. Some of you will be tempted to copy and paste without citing sources. And some of you will try to shortcut out of your work. Please don't do these things. All of your work will be checked for plagiarism. Intentional cheating of any kind will end in a non-refundable zero. If you need help or have any questions about what is allowed, please ask me. If you need help with anything or you are interested in learning more about something, let me know via the chat or in person. Need a podcast I haven't thought of yet? Let me know. I love new ideas. So, the school has given you access to a Google Drive. On the Google Drive, you can save your work and access it from anywhere that has the internet, whether it's your phone or your computer, whether it's a computer at home or a computer at school. Inside of your Google Drive, you have access to certain Google Docs. The best thing about these docs is you can share them. You can share them with me, and that's how you'll turn them in. You can share them with a group that you are working with, and it will designate what each person has done. It makes it really easy to grade group work a little bit more fairly. We're going to talk about a couple of these today, and we're only going to go in depth to one of them. As I said, there are other videos that will give you further instruction if you need it, and there are podcasts to help you deepen that instruction. Again, if you want to know anything else and you don't have access to it, let me know, and I will create a new podcast or video for you. So you'll notice that inside of Google Docs, there are access to 4 basic types of things. You have your documents. This is basically your Word document. You have your sheets. This is going to be equivalent to an Excel program where you track data. We will be using that later in the year. Also, you have slides. This is equal to the PowerPoint system. Equal might not be right, but it does the same basic things as a PowerPoint, and we'll talk about that later. And then forms. Forms is something you're going to use when you're working with a group or for certain assignments. It's basically a survey type thing that will track data that is given to you for questions that you've asked. Today we're only going to be looking at Google Docs. Inside of Google Docs, the first thing that you're going to be doing is choosing what kind of thing that you would like. If there's a certain template that you're looking for, say you want a book report. Then you're going to pull it up. It's going to give you some options. But today we're going to start with just a basic template, a blank one per se. All you're going to have to do is push the blank button. You'll also notice at the beginning there was like a little plus sign down here, and you can just use that. So inside of the docs, you will have all of the basic things you have in a Word document. You can bold letters, italicize, underline. You can change the color of your font. You can insert pictures. You can change whether it's aligned to the front or to the center or to the right, or justified, which makes it all balanced like in a book. You will also see that up here you have certain tools that you can use. These are going to be where you find your word count, because some of your assignments are going to require a certain number of words. You're also going to find your spell check and your grammar check. We're actually going to look at that for just a second because I'm going to recommend some things to you. You'll notice that in mine I have checked spelling and grammar check. I highly recommend that you do that. And go ahead and click that it shows you the grammar suggestions also. This will help you improve your writing as you go, and help you to notice some of the passive sentences that you write, or some of the places where perhaps your subject needs modified. Anyway, then you will find that there are other things, linked objects, is a dictionary, you can actually translate. There's also formatting choices, text formatting, your paragraph styling. These are the same things that you were looking at over here. Most of our papers will be written in double spacing. So you would go down and you would click the double spacing and it would fix that for you. Your insert is going to be for whatever you want. Charts, images, videos, whatever it is that you need. The view is going to let you choose how you see it. Okay, so you'll notice that it can be an editing view, which means that I am going to be looking at a document that perhaps you have written, and I'm going to be making some comments off to the side. I'm underlining some things perhaps that I need you to fix for me. Then you're going to have just the basic viewing and then the suggestions, where the edits are going to actually list as suggestions that you actually can click a button and approve or not accept. And then you have your basic edits, the undo, which we use Control Z anyway. We'll talk about the hotkeys, pasting, copying, that kind of thing. And one of the great things about Google Docs is you will notice there's no share here. A Google Doc, there's no save here. A Google Doc saves as it goes. It's really a glorious thing. For any of us that have ever lost a document that we've been working on, or lost even the last 5 minutes of what we've been working on, that is uber frustrating. So it's really nice that this just saves as it goes, and that way you don't have to remember to push save. Again, as I said, this is accessible through your Google Drive on any device that has access to the internet. So that is a really fabulous gift that it gives to us.
The U.S. Education Department has noted that there is still a divide between learners that are using their technology for creative and active learning and those that are just passively consuming information. Please do not come to class expecting to just pull out your laptop and play Kahoot, though we will do that too. In this class, you should be prepared to engage with the content and each other in a way that will build your critical thinking skills and help you connect what you are learning to the world around you and your life. I can't wait to learn with you.